Welcome to Secondhand History, the only online Bible lessons that are worth exactly what you pay for them. Today we are going to discuss a Bible lesson in a historical setting, which is perhaps what we should have been doing from the beginning, given the name of our channel. Since we don't have a round table, we're going to have our discussion at a picnic table. Our panel consists of my dad, Horace Carpenter, Sam the scientist, and Marvin from the produce section of our grocery store. This story is also represented by a patch on the jacket of Lugnut Larry. I will act as moderator. Does anybody know what this is?
That is a stock certificate from the White Star Line. That is the parent company of the Titanic. They owned the biggest ships that ever sailed at that time.
And do you know what this is a picture of?
And that is a picture of the Moody Church in Chicago that was started by D.L. Moody in the 1800s. I have seen that picture before. I know what it's a picture of.
In 1912, a pastor named John Harper, 39, a widower from Scotland, accepted the post as senior pastor of Moody Church in Chicago. He and his 6-year-old daughter Nan were going to sail to America on the Titanic. And what do we know about Titanic? Titanic set sail from England, 1912. Biggest ship ever made, and it was called the Ship of Dreams. They sailed to Ireland, let some folks off, took some folks on, and they were headed to New York City. When in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, they hit an iceberg, and the ship took on water and started to sink. John Harper gave his life preserver to someone who didn't have one and said, "You need this more than I do." And then he started preaching, begging people to get right with God. What were people saying about Titanic?
People were saying that the ship was unsinkable. One even went so far as to say that God himself couldn't sink the ship. I think that was a big mistake.
Does anyone know what John Harper did when Titanic began to sink?
Yeah, he took his daughter and his daughter named Nan, the 6-year-old girl, and he went and he put her in the lifeboat and told her that they would see each other again. He just didn't say when. He would ask people if they were saved, and he would tell them to believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, and they would be saved. And he kept repeating that all over the deck. And then once the ship went down, he went throughout the water, preaching it to everyone he came across that was not saved.
This man came to him in the water after the ship went down, and he asked him if he was saved, and the man said no. Not long after that, the waves brought the same man back again, and John Harper asked him the same question, and the man said yes, he was now. And he watched as the wave took John Harper down beneath the surface, never to be seen again.
Yeah. And after he put her in the lifeboat, he begged people to get their lives right with God. And he started preaching. I know this. I know this is true. Look it up. Marvin, I think there is much more to that part of the story than what you have just told. And yet he kept saying, believe on the Lord Jesus Christ and you will be saved. And years later, the guy stood up in a meeting of survivors in Canada, and he said the story again, and he said that he was John Harper's last convert, and he was right. The end.
I was getting to that, Marvin. If you had just given me a moment, I would have told that part of the story too, but you're welcome to it. Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ and you shall be saved. So there you have it. Our first table discussion, perhaps the first of many. I want to thank our panel. So for Secondhand History, this is Hubie Carpenter reminding you that if you too believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, you too will be saved. Thank you for your attendance. Please like and subscribe. Class dismissed.